Hello, and welcome to Stretching the Word. I'm your host, Sister Valerie, and not today, devil, just not this year. Today, I want to talk about the word ignorant. Sometimes we just say, oh, they're so ignorant. So, what are we really saying? What we're really saying is that they're without knowledge, they're without understanding. So, does that just apply to our everyday life? Or does that apply to our spiritual life as well? They always say, what you don't know won't hurt you. Wrong. What you don't know will hurt you. And once again, in court of law, they say, if you don't know the law, there's no excuse. And so it is spiritual wise. God does not want us to be ignorant. He does not want us to not know the way he feels, the way he thinks, what matters to him. That's why he left his word here, so that we would be able to obtain knowledge of what he expects of us and what it is that we should expect of ourselves as being followers of Christ. So we need to study because that's what he told us to do. So he says, study to show yourself approved unto God, not so that you can go out and debate other people and try to prove how much you know and how many scriptures you know. But he wants us to study so that we will know what it is that we have, what our rights are, what our blessings are, what our defenses are. That's why he wants us to study. And then he said, if any man lack wisdom, he said, just ask for it. And he's going to pour it out upon us. He's going to make sure that we understand. So if we study and we still don't understand, then he turns around and say, well, ask and I will give it to you. Why? Because he wants us to be able to live profitable, fruitful, joyous lives. We need to know all there is to know to defeat the enemy. He said that we should not be ignorant of Satan's devices. Well, if we don't study, then we won't know what his devices is. Even though we can count on them being in one of three categories: to kill, steal, and destroy. But if we seek God, then we will know what the enemy is trying to do to us and what his plans are directly. Then, if you go to 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, and you can read up a little further, but I'm going to start at 1 Corinthians 14 and 38. It says, but if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. You said, wow, God say, if he ignorant, just let him be ignorant. Why did God say that? Because once again, he left his word for us to read. He told us to study. He told us to ask. We look up everything else, especially now that, we in the world and the era of technology. Oh, we'll Google in a heartbeat, including myself. I've learned to Google everything. When we want to find out something, whether it's the store open, the bank open, who made it, what song, anything we want to know, first thing we do, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to Google that. So, anything you want to know is also found in the Bible. Google that, okay? So therefore, we don't have to be ignorant. And so that's why he says, if any man want to be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Because the written word is here. People are preaching the word. It's on television. It's on radio. It's on the internet. So being ignorant of what God expects of us is not an excuse. He's not going to accept that. Because why? There are too many ways to hear and to obtain the word of God. So don't think you're going to have an excuse. Oh, I didn't know that, Jesus. No, he's not going to take that when you stand before him. There will be no excuse that he will accept. So remember, if you want to be ignorant. But you're not going to put that on God because you didn't know.